Hi all, it's Joe from Web Traction, and today I'm going to be doing a brief presentation about keywords, why they're important, what they are, and how they should be used. So, first of all, the definition. Keywords are terms, either anywhere from 1 to 5 words in length, that you have on your website, either visible or invisible, that should correspond to what people are searching for using the search engines. So, for instance, if you are a chiropractor, do you want to be found when somebody types in the phrase traction, or spinal traction? So it's a matter of defining what your services are about and being able to be found for the most important keywords and also the ones that have the most volume. So we're going to do a little demo here. I'm going to go to Google, and since we talked about chiropractor, let me type in chiropractor. Now, as a whole, the fewer keywords you have, the more general the search. So the longer string of keywords, the more specific the search, and usually the more relevant your results come up. But excuse me, let's look at here. There is a paid placement here at the top of the page. As you can see, I'm set for San Rafael right here, and you can look as far as location as to my previous video on the video blog that talks about how to get results there. Then we have Wikipedia, a government site, quackwatch.org. We have the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Then we have a bunch of Google Places. All of these with the red little tags are Google Places results. So that is keyed directly to the San Rafael location that I have here. Then when we go below that, we have another government site. We have a YouTube video. And we have choosing a chiropractor under spine health, and chiropractor directory, and then Fremont Chiropractic. That looks like the first private practice result that we get in organic. So let's look at them as an example and see what they're doing right and wrong. So I have a tool here that allows me to look at what's visible and what's invisible. So let's look at their meta information first, and that is information that's not visible to the viewer, but search engines use some of it to determine your search ranking. So the title page is Fremont Spine and Wellness, Seattle Chiropractic and Massage Therapy. Only 10 words, that's fine for a title page. The interesting thing is we're getting a Seattle chiropractor in San Francisco results. Not something they probably want. Not something the searcher probably wants, but probably the word Fremont, because it corresponds to the town, may throw things off. Meta description: move well, live well, be well. 6 words. To me, that's not very descriptive. You want to have about 20 words, 2 lines worth, because typically the meta description is what comes up right beneath your link in the search results. Not always. Sometimes they take it from your page, but it can be the meta description, and you want that to be relevant. Meta keywords, they're not using any. I usually like to use up to 40 in there. Google made an announcement last year that they are not using meta keywords as a significant search factor anymore. People took that to mean Google doesn't use keywords. That's a false statement. Meta keywords, because of abuses, they have downgraded in how they utilize them, but other search engines may be giving them more weight, so you want to have that base covered. And in there you want things that are most relevant. In this case, I would put spine, I would put chiropractic, chiropractic adjustment, chiropractor, massage, since they do massage, things along those lines. Now let's look at their site here. They've got an H1 tag, which is supposed to tell the search engines this is the most important thing about what's on that site, and they've got Seattle's Innovative Chiropractic and Massage Clinic. Not bad. Their H2 is an address. Not ideal because it's not really descriptive of the content. H3, they have an image. If it's an image, it should be an alt tag. It should not be a header. And they should have some information behind this photo that's describing what it is. H3, again, that's an okay one because it talks about their services. Why Live with Pain is an H4. Then we got an H3 and an H4, or 2H3, sorry. The second one is useless. Then we have 3 types of care. A Seattle chiropractor with dedicated staff. That's a good header. I would make that an H2, not an H3. Seattle Chiropractor, that has it all. That's another good header. What a Relief, not necessarily a header. Our Promise to You, vague. It's not specific to what they do. So that's it for their headers and their meta information. The other thing you're using keywords for are alt tags. Anything that labels a video or image. That they cannot search your image or your video, but they can search the words behind it. So that is another very strong use of keywords. And they have a fair amount of pages here, so there's a fair amount of content, and that's another thing you want to be aware of. The more words you have on your website that are relevant to what you do, the better you will come up in search results. This is why a lot of people put on their blogs where other people can comment and talk about a topic, because then it is not up to the owner of the site to put information on there. There's people with questions who interact, who talk about the subjects. That's called UGC, or user-generated content. It's a great way to accumulate keywords. And keywords need to be synonyms in many cases for what you do, or related terms. There's a whole linguistic theory that goes into the algorithms with Google as to how they search, why they search, where they are on the page. There's all kinds of factors that fall into that. So I developed a keyword strategy program, and I also have a keyword competitive analysis program. The competitive analysis looks at the top 5 ranking sites for particular keywords, take all the information off of those, parse through it, run it through Google tools, find out relative strength of each of those terms, and then deliver you a lexicon of several hundred words, all prioritized by search popularity. So then you have a battery of terms that can be used on your social media, in your marketing, on your website, in your press releases, all of this that reinforce your placement in the search ranking. Now, keyword strategies is a whole other thing. Sometimes you want to be unique. Sometimes you want terms that people aren't searching for. But that has to be carefully integrated into a strong keyword campaign. So that's another approach that I use with some businesses, especially ones who are going against very competitors with very deep pockets and very good placement. So that's your overview. I hope that helps, and I will be doing these on a regular basis. Check the video blog for the archived episodes. Oh, and sorry, you can click on the frame down below to make the video bigger, which I should have said at the beginning, but you might have figured that out by now. Thanks.